All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er videos. The Niners trade for a wide receiver. We'll talk about it next. But first, we're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out. They're in Emeryville. They're in Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. All right, we'll share the screen here and show you guys the announcement of the moment, and that is that the 49ers have made a trade with Kansas City. And here are the details. The Niners get Skyy Moore and a 2027 7th-round pick. So it's not about next year's draft. It's 2 years from now. 2 years from now, the Niners get Kansas City's 7th-round pick, and they get Skyy Moore. And the Chiefs 2 years from now get the Niners 6th-round pick. So the price is very, very low for Skyy Moore. So there you go. The Niners basically move back from the 6th round to the 7th round, 2 drafts from now, to get a receiver. It's a very low price to pay for Skyy Moore. And if you sit there and you're saying, well, is this a good deal for the 49ers? Well, first of all, it's a deal made out of necessity. This is just the beginning for the 49ers. Here is their depth chart at wide receiver. You've got Ayuk, Pearsall, Jennings, but in reality, you only have Pearsall because Jennings has had a calf injury and is holding out, holding whatever. He's not playing. And maybe more significantly, if we're supposed to believe that he still has a calf injury, then he's got a bad calf injury because he had it in April. And he still has it now, and it's August. It's almost September. So I would say either JJ has a really bad calf injury, which I don't really buy, or he's just really hacked off that they won't extend him. But he's not there, and we don't know if he's going to be there. And then Ayuk isn't there because he's there at practice. He wants to be there, man. He's chomping at the bit. He looks so eager to get out there, but he's probably months away from returning. Then today it was announced that Demarcus Robinson is suspended for the first 3 games, so he's not there week 1. Jordan Watkins has a high ankle sprain, likelihood that he's not ready for week 1, and he's a rookie. Rookie receivers rarely do much. Jacob Cowing has not been able to really get on the field for more than a day before he's back hurt. He was out for weeks with a hamstring. Now he's out again with a lower body injury. So what do the Niners have at wide receiver? They have Ricky Pearsall, and they have Russell Gage, and they have Robbie Chosen, Junior Bergen, and Isaiah Hodgins. And I don't think Bergen's much. Hodgins is totally pedestrian. Gage is interesting, but nothing special. Chosen has got good size and speed, but, he is a street free agent. So, you don't have much. And you're playing a week 1 game at Lumen Field against Seattle just a couple weeks from now. So, Skyy Moore is an interesting addition. So let's talk a little bit about Skyy Moore. He was a prolific collegiate receiver. He's from Pennsylvania. He went to Western Michigan. The thing about him, he's small. He's a 5'10" player, 195 pounds. He's got huge hands, though. He's always had big hands, and he plucks the ball with his hands, 10.25-inch hands. But he was a great player in college, and he actually has good measurables. 4.41 speed. In the 40 coming out, 1.46 in the 10-yard split, 34.5-inch vertical, 10.5 on the broad. These are good numbers. He had good workout numbers. He was a 2-time first-team All-MAC selection at Western Michigan for the Broncos, 3 years there in Kalamazoo. As a true freshman, he started the final 12 games of the year and tied for the team lead with 51 receptions. So that's pretty good as a true freshman. Second team all-conference pick in 2020, 3 touchdowns and 5 starts, and then was the best player in the league in 2021. He was 9th in the FBS. He had 95 catches for Western Michigan in that year of 2021, 1,292 yards, 13.6 per reception, 10 touchdowns and 12 starts. So the production was off the charts. 3-year starter at Western Michigan, decent athlete, good ball skills, never great at separating. And, he's a guy that I think has gotten muscled at the line of scrimmage a little bit. He's got ball skills. He's considered to be kind of a tough guy, has big hands. He's a typical slot receiver size, but he's been in the league a few years. And he was very, very productive in college, and he has not been productive in the NFL, really at all. No 100-yard days. He wasn't a great special teamer coming out. So there's, it's like he's like a backup receiver that doesn't do tons on special teams, at least coming into the league. He doesn't have big time speed. I mean, he's not doesn't have incredible burst in and out of the break. So it's, to me, he was a great college receiver who dominated in the MAC at a little bit of a lower level, needed, either some special trait, and he just doesn't have special traits. Is he big? No, he's 5'10". Can you muscle him at the line of scrimmage? Yeah. Does he struggle to beat the jam? Yeah. Is he dominant in any way? He's not explosive in and out of the breaks. I mean, he really hasn't done much. I can show you his game log. But here's the thing about that. If we showed you his 2024 game log, there's nothing to it. There's nothing there. He didn't do anything in 2024. So if we'll go back and we'll show you his 2023 game log. Okay, so this is his 2023 game log. And once again, I can show you 24. Here's 24. 2024, he was targeted once against the Niners, no catches, twice against the Chargers, no catches. He had no catches on the year for no yards and 3 targets. So total non-factor in 6 games. This guy's been a bust. I mean, let's be completely frank about this. I don't like to tap dance around truth. The truth is this guy was a second-round pick, and he's been a bust. That's why Kansas City's trading him. He was the 54th pick overall in the 2022 draft, and he hasn't done really much. Now, here's 2023. This is probably his most complete year. What did he do? Let's see. He didn't play. Okay, so we go from the bottom to the top. Week 1 against Detroit, 3 targets, no catches. Week 2 against Jacksonville, 4 targets, 3 catches, 70 yards, and a touchdown. Probably his best game of his career. He only had 1 touchdown on the year. So that was the touchdown right there. He had a good week 2. His best day was 3 catches for 70 yards and 1 touchdown against the Jaguars in September of the 23 season. What else did he do? He had 4 catches for 42 yards against the Bears. He had 2 catches for 11 yards against Minnesota, 2 catches for 22 yards against Denver, 2 catches for 15 yards against the Chargers, 1 catch for 8 yards against Denver, 2 catches for 30. So just a bit roll. 3 catches for 34 yards. He only has one game where he had over 50 yards. He only had 1 touchdown. This is his best season, 2023, 2 years ago. So he's not worth much. He isn't much. Maybe the Niners can find lightning, catch lightning in a bottle, so to speak. He was a prolific college player. I will give you that. At Western Michigan, he was a hell of a player. But Ronnie Bell was a prolific player. I mean, there's all kinds of guys who were running around who were prolific college players, but they just can't do it in the NFL. He went in the 2nd round, and based on his incredible production, he's a guy that's, really got good footwork. He's just not the most explosive athlete. He's a good, he's a decent route runner, but he doesn't have a lot of strength. He doesn't have a lot of strength. He doesn't have a lot of speed. He doesn't have a lot of explosiveness. He's pretty freaking ordinary skill-wise for an NFL receiver, and that's why he's just never really played for Kansas City. Kansas City knows talent. If they really thought this guy could play, they would have kept him. So 2nd-round pick from a few years ago. It's a flyer. This is not the last deal. This is not the big deal. If the 49ers are going to add a receiver, I don't think this is it. I think this is just the move that you make so that you don't get held up on the next deal. Because you really need to add something more than this. And this is probably not enough to really impact things. It will help Skyy Moore is better than some of the guys in the 49er camp, but not much. Not much. It's a flyer on a guy who had great college production and has never really gotten a full opportunity with the Chiefs. But once again, this is not a tough guy who gets off the line of scrimmage. This is a guy who gets muscled at the line of scrimmage. And he's got decent speed, but it's nothing crazy by NFL standards. There's faster guys everywhere. So he's not very big, not very tough, and he's got a little quickness, but nothing crazy. And he's just gotten owned by NFL corners. And, when he has gotten out there, he hasn't produced. So it's a flyer. It's nothing. It's moving back in from the 6th round to the 7th round, 2 drafts from now. It's a very low price, but there's a reason it's a very low price. It's an unimpressive type player. But they need a body. They need somebody who they can plug in, and this guy qualifies. So there you go. Skyy Moore is your newest 49er, and the Niners, the Niners need probably another receiver. Maybe, especially early in the year. But maybe this guy can help them get them through. Overall, I would give this no more than a C+ kind of a move. One, I just don't think Skyy Moore can play that well. If he does, I'll be surprised because he hasn't done it in Kansas City. He's had ample opportunities. And I just don't think he's strong enough to get off the line of scrimmage against NFL corners on a consistent basis. So not impressive move to me, but I'm sure there'll be people that will dig up a bunch of stats that say that Skyy Moore is awesome. But remember, he's not. All right. Thank you to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. We're also brought to you by Claw Daddy Arcades. Big thanks to Claw Daddy Arcades. They're a great follow on Instagram at Claw_Daddy_Arcades to find a location near you. Capitola Mall and Visalia Mall are their 2 arcade locations opening later on this year. Thanks to all of you guys for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.